You're a top performer at Bank of America, and you're at work on social media in meetings.
3 days a week. Don't fire me if you're watching.
No.
Treat betting like an investment. Just make sure you do the research. I never saw myself being a capper at all. That was never in my goals. I've looked at my Twitter engagements. It's like around 9 million a week. When I seen that, I was like, I'm helping lots of folks. And that's what gives me that gratification that I feel like I've made a big impact.
What's up, y'all? I am here on the DubClub CEO Corner in San Francisco. I'm joined by Caleb from CJ Everyday, otherwise known as CJ Locks. CJ,
yes, sir.
How we doing?
Doing amazing, man. This is a beautiful office out here in San Francisco. It's my first time actually here. I would say it's a great welcoming.
First time in San Francisco.
First time in San Francisco. That's correct.
Whew, man, that's good. I love hearing that. I feel like this is a milestone of DubClub to have our guests fly out. We fly you guys out. We get you a driver, do all that fun stuff. It's a milestone. So, and I always love hearing when it's a first timer in San Francisco.
Yeah,
so first time seeing the Waymos drive around.
My
with
first time seeing
vehicle,
that, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, no driver.
No driver. Just
did you take a Waymo?
Seat. I did not yet.
No?
Not yet,
okay,
not
that's
yet.
right, because you have Abraham driving you around. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to get you in a Waymo. Insanely great user experience, I've got to admit myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I've done it twice, but I haven't taken an Uber since. Like I took a Waymo for the first time a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Uber is a thing in the past to me.
Really?
Yeah, unless I'm going on the freeway. You can't take a Waymo on the freeway, but it's unbelievable.
Can you talk to it?
The Waymo?
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but you'd be talking into nothing, because there's no driver there.
We'll be like, hey, stop here. I need to get out.
Oh, yeah, there's a button. You can it can drop you off wherever. Like,
nice.
That's what's nice is like you say, I want to pull over up here in 10 feet. You're just like, boom. And it's, like how a bus, you pull the thing and it stops.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So anyways, great to have CJ Everyday out here in the San Francisco office of DubClub. He had a big milestone recently, crossed the 50K earnings club on DubClub within just a month or two. It was an unbelievable start to his DubClub journey. We're going to talk about all of it today and more on the DubClub CEO Corner, where we pull back the curtains and go behind the scenes with the sports content creator CEOs on DubClub. Let's start with the before and after. Like 5 months ago, you were, nearly six figures poor. I don't want to say poorer, but like you had nearly six figures less money than you do now because of your DubClub. What is life like before DubClub for CJ Everyday?
So before DubClub, I'm pretty much like a multi-entrepreneurial person. I have multiple businesses. I don't really speak on what I do, but there's a lot of times where I was like, okay, I feel like I can implement something else in there. You can never make too much money.
Yep.
And I was like, this could be another good source of income. But really, I do it for the people. I'm a people person. I like to see people make money. I like to make money myself. More money, less problems.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't understand that more money, more problems. Well, that's because you create problems, but more money.
Yeah, less problems. So
less stress.
Yeah,
stress is problems.
Before DubClub, I was kind of check to check, and now I'm not looking at my account anymore.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So before DubClub, check to check, like and you have a family, right? I mean, talk through some of life outside of business and taking care of family and how that comes into play with the pre-DubClub era and now post-DubClub, feeling like you don't have to worry about check to check.
Yep. So I have a family of 3 currently, 1 pending. So it's me, my wife, and my daughter, and I have 2 dogs, Shih Tzu and a Golden Doodle. It's a weird combo. But
yeah, that is. The Golden Doodle is like one of the most famous dogs here in the San Francisco area for some reason. Yeah, it's like everyone I see has a Golden Doodle, and one of my friends just got a Golden Doodle. It's like, okay, what am I missing out on? But
yeah.
Sounds like
they're pretty fun dogs. They're very needy though. Need a lot of attention. So honestly, with me taking care of my family, DubClub has been a huge blessing. And it's a thing where DubClub helps me with my work-life balance. I can have more fun now. I can, travel. I can do a lot of things I wasn't doing before DubClub. mainly traveling. Like I've been able to take my family to different places that I didn't imagine I would be able to take them during these times. It's pretty rough. Like there's a thing where I'm not afraid to fail. So I've tried multiple businesses, and some of them did very well, and some of them have went down and back in the notebook. But with DubClub, it's been a blessing that I'm able to fund my other ventures, as well as provide you all plays to make more money for yourself. So it's honestly all around a 360. We help you, you help me.
The DubClub slogan, right?
Yep, win more together.
Win more together. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you're describing it.
Yeah, and that's literally how it works. Like, believe it or not, with having subscribers, it's very healthy within my financial portfolio, to help me to make smart bets. I think of betting like an investment. Pretty much, I do my research, which is my like investment into my picks. Yep. And then once it all pays off, once it hits. So it's a matter of a 360 thing. Everything works around each other.
Yeah, I love that. And how old are you?
Yes, I am 27.
27. So we figured that out earlier. You're 27. You've got a family of 3 with 1 on the way. Mm-hmm. And you've very quickly, within like your 120th day anniversary on DubClub, almost hit 6 figures in earnings. How do you feel?
I'm just so amazed. Like, I wake up every day and I thank God for like opportunities that comes my way, and for me to open my eyes to more things, because I never saw myself being a capper at all. Yeah, that was never in my goals in life. And then I realized that how much this can actually help people around me. My thing is bettering myself and others around me, and that's what helps me to become the person I want to be in life. Like it's just my reality, my purpose in a way, to help others around me.
How did you become and I like the term capper, but how did you become a sports content creator? You said you never dreamed of that happening, and I'm sure a lot of people out there feel the same way. Like, I would never dream of doing this. Mm-hmm. How did you make it happen?
Honestly, I thought long and hard about it. My thing is stepping out on faith. So with me, I'm not afraid to fail. Yeah. I'm not afraid to try something new, just to test it out. I mean, I can say I did it. But it's a thing where it's like, I did not know what this would bring. I didn't think people would support me. I was so like, yeah, I'm social and I interact with a lot of people, no matter what. If you have a lot of following or maybe 2 followers, it doesn't matter. You're a human being. I'm a human being. We can talk to each other. Yep. It's a matter of like I was like, why would I become a person who sends out my pick to others and I'm not confident? That was my biggest thing, is like, I don't want someone coming after me because their pick lost and I'm vouching for it 100%, Yep. So it was a matter of facing my fears and stepping out on faith and getting it done.
So how did have you always been betting? How did you get to a point where you felt comfortable giving people advice on what to bet on? Because that's really what a capper is, and what a sports content creator has grown to be.
Yeah, so pretty much like I kind of use like my everyday like thinking. Like I
CJ every day.
I analyze everything. The pros and cons of everything that I do. Some of the actions I take before, which will affect our results. So it's a matter of analyzing everything around me. Whether it's like an interaction with someone or just how certain things move in life. I'm able to make predictions based off of that. Even with my own friends, like, I can see myself being friends with them for a long time, or was it just a season? It's interesting. I have a lot of discernment with a lot of things that I do in life. And anything I'm not sure about, I'm not going to do it right away.
Where do you think that discernment comes from? Is that from a lot of data points you've gathered over time? The friend thing is an interesting one.
Yep. So pretty much like I analyze everything. I'm very aware of my surroundings. Even with the data I have. I look at the stats, last 5, last 10, head to head, just history between the player and and the other teams. I look at those things to make my predictions, and I'm able to, predict more precisely, with the actual data. So the raw data is there. Numbers don't lie, people do. So I can say word of mouth, oh, LeBron is going to go off tonight. Okay, but how does he do against his team in the last head-to-heads? How has he done the last 5 days? Has he been sluggish? Does he have anything going on in his life? All that stuff matters. Everything, like even narratives. I actually like narratives. Those type of things, like revenge game.
Yeah.
Like Chris Paul, he's on the Spurs versus the Suns.
Yep.
Or
like Clay when he came out to play the Warriors, Klay Thompson. I was at that game.
Yep.
And he went off. I took over on everything. He and Curry is like, those guys are going back to back.
Exactly. All that comes into account of making predictions.
Yep.
I have to think about, okay, we're all human. We get tired, we get fatigued. We're on the road. We had to travel. I like just like this example.
Yeah.
Me coming to San Francisco was a 5-hour flight from Charlotte.
And you were just in Florida. You were driving 7 hours.
Yep. And I came home and I came to the hotel here and just rested.
Yep.
Had
to recharge the batteries. Got a big day today on the CEO Corner podcast.
We're human. We're human.
We are human. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't quite understand or appreciate that part of athletics because I was there. I mean, did you play sports for?
Yeah, so
a while?
I played basketball, football, and then recreational, and then I played some soccer on the weekends. So I do a lot of things, just try to incorporate myself to stay physical.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm a kind of heavy set guy, and I got to keep my figure.
I wouldn't want to guard you on the basketball court, that's for sure. But the reason I mention that is because if you think about human beings as it pertains to sports, everyone's got something going on in their life. And when you step on the court or step on the field, they have to take that out. But you can't take out the physical toll that is taken on you, over time. And I think being able to discern that above many other things, sometimes the books don't take that into account, gives you an edge. And that's really what your subscribers are looking for, right? They're looking for you to do the work to get an edge. And sometimes it's as simple as like little things that you can pick up, little breadcrumbs you can pick up about players. Do you mostly provide prop information, or are you like, talk me through how you would define your product on DubClub?
Yeah. So with my product on DubClub, I have a Discord, right? And I have different tools in the Discord to help my subscribers make predictions. So not everyone has, subscription to props.cash.
Yep.
It's a tool you use to make predictions. They have stats there, head to head, all the different information you need. How they play against a player with the player injured or without them there. Yep. In the lineup. That all accounts to the predictions. So I have props.cash there for them.
Okay.
And it's a free tool in Discord where they don't have to pay a subscription for the stats that they need to look at. So
who pays for that subscription?
No one. It's a part of Discord. It's an add-on. Yeah. Huh. It's an add-on.
So how does props.cash make money on that, or do they don't?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm not sure, but I know it's free for them. I pay for it for myself,
Yeah, but for like the web version where you can do all your research and that's where you study the trends.
Yep. That's what I use for my sports betting.
Yep.
But I provide them tools and a little bit of access to like my thinking just by asking questions. I'm an open book.
Yep.
I have an open book policy. I don't judge anyone. I don't someone could say, hey, does Brett Favre play today? I'm like, no, he doesn't play today. Maybe you should look at this player who's actually on the team.
Yeah, who's not retired.
Who's not retired.
Who's not in Wrangler jean commercials.
So believe it or not, people trust their capper to give them the correct predictions and correct picks for them to make money. So I'm big on transparency. If there are any questions you have, feel free to reach out to me. DM me on Twitter. I'm always up there. I'm never, or X. Yeah, I'm never going to not respond, because you never know, it could be someone needing you, regardless if it's picks or not, someone need to talk to, I had a few folks reach out for anything besides, sports betting, but I think it's a good thing to be an open book and to be transparent with the subscribers.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's a way for you to build trust and loyalty with them.
Yep.
And do so in a manner that helps continue to build your business up over the long run.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of people realize that the loyalty between business and consumer can be broken very easily.
Yes, for sure.
And I actually have a lot of people on this podcast, and we were talking about it recently within our product and engineering team, is my designer that I was talking with. And we were thinking through like what really attracts people to your DubClub. And a lot of times it's when you're cashing tickets, you're on a heater, like something's clicking, right? People see that and they're like, okay, I want to jump on. A little bit of FOMO, but they want to be a part of it because they want to not miss out on winning tickets.
Yep.
But when they get in there, what keeps them is not just the winners, it's also the personal experience and the way that they feel when they get attention from you and get the support, which is so critical to keeping them around for a long time.
That is very true. They like to feel that they're in a safe space to ask questions, and they like their personal connection with who they're using their hard working money to subscribe to. So I understand it. I've been a consumer on the other side before I got into DubClub, and that really matters. Like I don't want to feel like an ant in a pile.
Totally.
I want to feel like I can personally talk to you like, hey, I'm having a bad drought of losing tickets. What do you recommend? Like I love those questions, because what I tell them to do is, hey, if I post a ticket, water it down. I use my research to make the ticket.
Yep.
And it may not be all the way there, for the player performance wise. So if you water it down, it should be a good guaranteed hit.
And when you say water it down, give me an example of a full slip and then how you would water that down.
Okay. Yep. So for example, if I'm using like 25 plus prop.
Yep.
LeBron for 25, Kay Cunningham 25, Tyrese Maxey 25, AD Anthony Davis 25. Yep. So when I say water down, I use those same lines, those same players, and I take the step before. So the next prop line is 20, 20 plus. So of course I'll use the same 25 plus slip 4-man and water it down to 20 plus 20.
Yep.
For all of them. So
and the payout would be what kind of difference?
The payout would be either half or like maybe 2/3,
So an example of a 25 plus line where it's call it 4 legs, all 25 plus points. You put in, I don't know what your typical unit is, but like give me an idea of like
so pretty much for like the lottos, I try to stay at 0.25 units, which is $25.
25, yeah.
Yeah, so 1 unit would be $100. So
yep.
If I did the 25 plus slip, I would do 20.25 units. And then the next step down, the watered down slip, I put 0.5 units. That way it's like a ladder. You're building the bank, but also keeping your guaranteed, within guaranteed amount of units.
Yeah.
With watered down slips. So honestly, I recommend that. Anytime you're not sure about something that's in my lineup, take it out. I'm not forcing you to put that bet in.
Yeah.
It's the thing where it's like I provide you the picks from my research, but you should also think about your bankroll at the end of the day. It's your bankroll. Use it when you need it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Okay. So an example there would be like you put in 0.25 units, which is $25 if you're a $100 unit better. And that payout would be what for a 4-leg, 25 plus points, 4 players?
Yeah. So
what do you think?
It depends on the player, but for those players, it's pretty easy to get that.
Yeah.
So I'll say it'll be probably around like 1,000 odds. At maybe like each player 25 plus would maybe at either minus 110 or plus 105, plus 110, and you stack them up.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty good
it adds up pretty
and
well.
Then so if you water that down to each player being at 20 plus points, then you're looking at
maybe plus 500 odds.
Yeah, which is still really good. That's
still
25
really good.
to win you know,
because you're using double the lotto unit, so 0.5 units. So
yeah,
it's a way to recover your funds if one player, you know, messes up.
yep. So that's
the
25 to
format.
win, like what, 250 plus 500 if my math is right.
Yeah, yeah.
Roughly speaking, times 5,
Mhm.
give or take.
Yep. It's a way to build your
Oh, I'm
bankroll.
sorry, 25 times 5, 125.
Yeah, 125.
Yeah. The 25 plus, which would be plus 1,000, would be about 250.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good because those 4 players, I mean they're
They're superstars.
yeah, exactly, and like but that's, I think those are the types of plays that consumers don't typically think of stacking. What book do you typically give your advice out on?
Honestly, FanDuel.
Yeah.
I'm a VIP for FanDuel, and
Okay.
they
They
give
treat
me
you
a lot
well?
they treat me well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, box seats and the Panthers game.
Wow.
Invite me to holiday parties.
Too bad Christian McCaffrey's not on the Panthers anymore. I don't really know if I want to go watch any Panthers games.
Honestly,
no
the
offense.
Panthers has been doing pretty well with the
I think they're
with the new coach.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It might be too far gone.
It is.
We'll see.
They are.
At least for this season.
But yeah, honestly, I use FanDuel. I try to shop around for the best odds, but
yeah.
I just feel like as a user of FanDuel, it's easier to make my plays. Like as far as like the user interface, that matters to me. If I go on another sports books and I see a bunch of props everywhere, nothing's organized or easy to assess, or the lines just look terrible. I don't want to mess with it. You know.
Yeah.
I kind of go with what I'm comfortable with.
Yep.
And I pretty much use FanDuel. So.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So just to kind of get this straight and recap, you are father,
Yes.
multi-businessman, running your Dub Club, 50K plus earnings club, less than 4 months, and you also have a full-time job right now.
That's correct.
I don't know how much you want to share about that, but what do you do at this full-time job? Like help relate with people that may be listening to this and thinking of like, man, should I try to start putting my plays out? Should I try to help people win more together? I mean, like, speak to those people with who you are, what you do, and how you made this happen.
Okay, yep. So I'm a release train engineer at a top banking firm. Pretty much what my day consists of is meetings. So everyone's like, dude, do you even work? Like, you're always on social media. How do you get stuff done? With me, I'm the type of person that gets stuff done and then chill later.
Yep.
So once you get into time management, with everything that you do outside of your full-time job and also including DubClub, life will be much easier. So my day consists of 8 hours in the office.
Wow.
3 days a week.
So you're in person at work, mostly hanging out on social media, in meetings though. In meetings.
Three days a week.
Yeah.
Don't fire me if you're watching.
No. How could they? I mean, you're still doing your job. You're getting it done,
correct.
right?
That's
like,
correct. I'm a top performer as well.
You're a top performer at Bank of America, and you're not withheld from being able to have your own side gig, which most people in the United States especially, that's very, very supported. People that are working full-time jobs, heck yeah, go get a side gig. Obviously at DubClub, just to be clear, very hard to do that because we work a lot for you guys. True. So if any of our employees have side gigs, I don't know how they're doing it,
right?
But they're,
but it's possible. I'm a walking.
It's possible.
I'm a walking legend of it because
totally. As long as you're getting the work done and you're hitting the outcomes that your manager and the team needs to see, you should be, fending for yourself. Like go be an entrepreneur.
Yep. Honestly, I've been transparent with my manager about, with DubClub. And she's just like, hey, long doesn't, go against our policies.
Yeah. How could it?
Then go ahead.
Yeah.
It's a thing where they support like a work-life balance. That way, you can support your family. They know I'm a family man, and anything extra, it helps. So just being transparent, that's a big thing. Like this week, I took off of work for 3 days.
Yep.
I'm supposed to be in that office.
Trip.
Supposed to be in that office, heads down.
Yep.
Trying to wrap up things for the year. I'm here with DubClub.
Yep.
It's honestly a blessing. Honestly, me being transparent and let them know, like, hey, I got something to do. can you all support that? Accept that? It was like, yeah, no problem. Just make sure you have coverage. And that's the thing. You just time management and trying to be inclusive of everything that matters to you. So
it's funny because you mentioned that DubClub, like running your DubClub as the CEO, has given you more work-life balance. I'm wondering how. If you're eight hours in meetings and most of those hours are spent on social media, the hours outside of that, I'm sure, are spent interacting with your DubClub community and doing your research, putting out plays. How has DubClub helped your work-life balance?
Oh, vacations. Honestly, that balance is vacations, spending time with your family.
That's awesome.
Doing things you love.
So when you say vacations, you mean the money that you've made from your DubClub has helped fund vacations for you to take with your family.
It definitely has. And so,
all right, now you got to tell us where you've gone on your DubClub's dime. Where have you gone on vacation? What are the highlights?
Dominican Republic. That was a ball. That was amazing. Had a great time with a couple friends, couple buddies.
What'd you guys do there? Get into anything? Anything we can't talk about on camera here? Yeah.
So anything that happens in the Dominican Republic stays in the Dominican Republic. But I had a great time. I went four-wheeling, traveled the island.
Yeah. We said Ireland?
No, the island.
Oh, the island. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
A long way from the Dominican Republic.
I met the locals. Ate some good food. Had a chef. Had a driver.
Wow.
It was just amazing time.
That is incredible. And so that money that you've made from your DubClub, which is separate from the full-time job you have, has helped to fund you going big on these vacations. Yep. Where it's not like, oh, I'm going to go and make it such that my vacation is inhibited. Like you are actually splurging a little bit and treating yourself.
I'm living life.
Living life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it helps a lot. Honestly, vacations, the smell of Biscoff, getting on a plane.
Oh God.
And a ginger ale is just lovely to me. That's life. I love it.
Yeah. Speaking of Biscoffs, I'm a big, those waffle cookies that they sell, I think, or not they sell, but they give out on United.
Yeah.
I love those waffle cookies. Yeah. The
can't get enough
Stroop
of it.
waffles. That's what they're called. Yeah. Actually, my girlfriend's family got them for a whole box of them for me last year for Christmas. We still have 3 boxes left.
I keep a box of Biscoff in my pantry.
There you go. Yeah, just the nostalgic feeling of being on a plane.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on a plane soon.
Yeah. Well, you came out on a plane 5 hours out here to San Francisco. You got a longer flight going back east, I believe.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think it's shorter going back east, but you lose hours, which is the downside.
It's okay though, because I'll be back in my normal routine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess because if you're flying out tomorrow in the morning, you'll be back by 5
p.m.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then back in the swing of things. Love it. Okay. So vacations, work-life balance, being able to take more vacations, able to get out, see things, treat yourself because of your DubClub. Anything else that has helped with work-life balance that I'm missing?
Well, I can say it's less stress on me, financially. I was able to pay off a lot of debt that I had, and also invest in some projects that I made. So I build cars as well. So I worked with a mechanic, a master mechanic. He pretty much helps me to put things together. So I have a wild imagination. I'm inspired by Exhibit on Pimp My Ride.
There you go.
So pretty much I put things together and make my dreams into reality. But DubClub actually funds that, so it helps as well. So I love DubClub. Meeting you all, getting that DM, hey, would you like to be a capper? That was the best decision of my life so far. Investing in myself, as in creating another business for me, and then also being with you all, investing in you all, helping you all to make money as well. So
yeah.
We help each other. You help me make money. The more money you help me make, the more I help you all.
It's on the shirt. We're together.
Yeah.
Do you remember who you talked to at DubClub at the very beginning of your journey? And we'll get into the whole before and after journey in a sec. But shout out to whoever that was. I think I know the rep, but see if you remember his name.
Oh my gosh.
Was it Austin by chance?
Yes.
Or maybe Lewis. Yeah, Austin or Lewis.
It was Austin. It was Austin.
Yeah. Yeah. So Austin, fun story about Austin. He was he's not, I mean, I say very short, but I'm 5'9", 5'10", you know.
Miami, right?
Yeah. So Austin played football. He was a walk-on as well. Like Lewis and I, Lewis and I walked on at Stanford, or, you know, preferred walk-on, whatever, recruited. We didn't get paid to go there, but we played on the team and were given a spot. And Austin walked on at Miami, University of Miami, the U, you know? And it's been fun having him on the team. He and a lot of the other new partnership reps, just they live to get awesome sports content creators to see themselves and realize that they can be CEOs.
Right.
That's really what this is. That's what we want to do. Is you were there, you were building something on Twitter. You know, you didn't quite know what it was yet.
Yeah, I did not.
But it's our job to convince you guys and let you know, like, look, we know your business really well, and we want to help you with our product and our services, which is, you know, world class. We want to help you become a CEO and scale that and pay for your vacations and be able to take time off. Right.
Right. Yeah, I love it. It's a great concept, because it's not like you're using us, you're helping us. You know?
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, truly, when we win more together, like our whole team. It's funny because we actually pay our, you know, from the CEO standpoint at DubClub, where I'm thinking, I'm almost like, I actually make less money than like a lot of, actually most of our employees, but like especially our sales reps and the people that are helping our partner success reps that are helping you guys every day. Because we tell them, like, look, if you help our partners make more money, you're going to get paid more. Right. Everyone wins more together. Because I want you guys to make so much money. Because the more money you make, if you think about it, you have 1,000 people, right? That's like 1,000 times whatever, $10 a month subscription. If we're like, we want to make CJ more money, well, then we have to help you get more people to take your advice.
Right.
Therefore, more consumers are learning how to bet with a more informed approach.
Right.
And you get paid more. Like, we're doing our job tenfold, helping you make more money, helping inform more people. Everyone wins more together. That's why I love it. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I'll do this till the cows come home. I love this business.
Yeah, it's a great ecosystem for sure. Because it's kind of like a thing where you reap what you sow.
Yes.
If you invest in someone and invest in their potential to grow, then you'll reap the blessings from it. You know, it's all about, you know, that investment, that faith of a mustard seed, and then becoming a full flower, a full plant.
Yes.
You know, after you've nurtured it and
pour some water on it every now and then. Yeah.
It's like those plants need some water.
Yeah, these guys, they're right next to us. I don't know if they're on camera, but yeah, these plants definitely need a little bit of water.
Just a little bit of water, just a little bit.
Unfortunately, we'll get to it at some point. Yeah, we're too busy helping you guys make money. No one's thinking about watering the plants. Although Donnie, who's one of our engineers, has been taking the trash out, which I'm like, man, that's awesome. Like, we have awesome. Someone remembering to take the trash out here. That's all that matters. Someone's thinking about it, because at the same time, we're just trying to build stuff for you guys. So let's talk before and after, right? So 6 months ago, were you monetizing at all? Were you making money at all on the CJ Everyday brand, or were you not?
Yep. So at one point I was very consistent, hitting every day for like weeks at a time. Okay.
So you're making money from betting, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're profiting from the plays that you were making. But in terms of the business, the brand, like CJ Everyday, CJ Locks, you know, were you making money from it 6 months ago?
Yeah. So I had a small group on Telegram where I charge a one-time fee.
Oh, wow. Lifetime.
Yeah. It was a lifetime type of fee thing. I had about 1,500 people in there in like the free group. And I started like a paid group just to get a feel for it.
Get a feel for what? To see if people would pay you?
No, it's just a feel for like more picks for people. I don't like to just send out a bunch of clutter. I used to do a lot of picks a day. But I feel like before, with me having like the paid group, I was able to provide more analysis and to really sit there and give them what they needed as far as like resources, charts, diagrams, etc.
And were those screenshots you were taking, or like how were you giving them the diagrams?
So those screenshots, and I use a lot of free resources on Twitter. So there's a lot of free resources and Twitter accounts that provides free resources for everyone to use daily.
That's nice.
Rather than having to pay a paid app subscription for the same data they're providing. So I kind of like lured them into how to do your own research rather than just giving them picks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you slowly incepted them.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
I'm all about
like,
training up rather than like, I'd rather for someone to pay to be in my group and learn how to do research and make their own picks than just give them picks.
Yeah.
And to say, all right, just put this in, without any type of background information.
Yeah. So you're truly you want to help elevate others. You're not there to just give them information and get paid. You're there to help take them to that next level of their education in and around sports betting.
Yep. I'd rather you pay me to learn how to sports bet. And, if you want to go off on your own and stop paying my subscription, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that was my next question, because you mentioned earlier when I asked you about some of the challenges of the business today, because you amazing first couple months. Last month has been, admittedly a little bit slower, which is normal for most businesses, right? You hit peaks and troughs. But your point to me was we need to, I need to keep people around. And so you're telling me that like it's a sacrifice you're willing to make to educate people to the point where they can go and do this on their own. They can go out and make their own plays on their own. They can even start their own dub clubs and make money from people paying them for their advice because you taught them. You're kind of like, Mr. Miyagiing a bunch of people.
People get inspired, So my thing is like,
but how do you balance that with the business? Like it's a risk, right? You basically educate people out of a subscription to you. Do you have other products or services that you think you could offer that could keep them around? Do you think the community does that?
That's a good question. Honestly,
it's my job. I'm here to ask the hard business questions.
Yeah. Honestly, I think like my next thing to do as far as products is to split it out. So I'm gonna, when baseball comes back around, I'll have a product just for baseball picks, and analysis, and then a product just for NBA, just for NFL. I think splitting it up will help me to become a better capper overall and provide a subscription with different products, rather than just giving, general picks out. People are only interested and will only invest in what they know. So if someone knows only football, they want to see only football picks. They're like, CJ, I don't want to see NBA. I want to see more NFL picks. Can you provide some? Okay, that's fine. What I can do to differentiate myself is to provide different products per sport. And that's one thing I want to work on in the near future.
Okay, different products per sport. That way, somebody that might have learned your research in NBA is now like, oh, I want to figure it out for MLB.
Yep.
Okay, I like that. That's a good first step. Good first step. Pricing and packaging is kind of how I think about that from a business standpoint. All right, I like that. Okay, so before DubClub, you had a Telegram group and you were accepting payment for people to be in there one time. How were you accepting that payment?
Yeah, so like Apple Pay, Cash App, whichever way gets it to me.
How much were you charging for the lifetime?
It was only $50.
$50 for someone to be in your premium service for life.
For life, yep.
Wow. Okay, and those people that paid you for that Telegram spot to be like in that channel, when you launched your Dub Club, did they have to pay you again, or how did you manage that? Yeah,
so if you support me, you support me, right? With that, I'd say, hey, maybe a first month, 2 months free.
Yeah, there you go.
And then just roll with the flow.
And Dub Club allows you to do that. Give them, customized for certain people. Give them a link.
Yeah, customized links, codes, etc. That helps out with keeping, the loyal customers for me. They want to be included, because they was with me when I first started. I'll never be Hollywood.
Yeah. Good. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the before, was it fairly easy to manage, or was it kind of difficult to manage that Telegram
Honestly,
group?
It was difficult because, after a certain point, it was kind of static where I wasn't getting any more premium. So
yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you all. I'd rather provide free bets, to everyone. See more people win. It was just a thing where it's like, I didn't care for the money. It's cool, but I'd rather see you eat, just like me. So that's when I wrote a long message to them saying, hey, I've decided I'm going to go free, completely free. Just follow my Twitter. I'll post up there and you all will see it. And then let's eat together. And then I'll revisit this at another time. and then I discovered you all. So it's just a thing where it's
That's
like,
right. Yeah. So you went back to just providing free content, giving out free plays. And then Austin reached out.
Yeah, Austin reached out
and nudged you and said, look, CJ, I think you could be a great CEO.
He said, it's time
on DubClub. It's time. And you were like, it's time.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a thing for me.
What made you feel like it was time? Just so all of us understand. What made you feel like, yeah, I want to be a CEO on DubClub now?
Yeah. So honestly, what made me feel like that is the consistency I had. You know, with me being consistent with the winnings and seeing hundreds of thousands of people tell you on a bet you posted on Twitter for free. It's like,
yeah,
wait a second. I should get paid for my time in my research.
Yeah.
It's a thing where it's like, you got to put yourself first at some point, you know.
Yep.
If you want to do the exotic things in life, you got to, find a way to get there with investing in yourself. So this right here was really a big investment for me. I felt like, all right, it's time. I'm on a roll. I'm consistent. I'm hitting every day, large amounts. Why not? All I can say is no.
So you decided, let me take a chance on myself and pursue a business where I'm giving people advice, and I can scale this with marketing. I want to market myself on social, and I'm going to probably go multi-channel. I don't know if you've got an Instagram presence yet, but generating awareness across different social platforms.
Yeah, but honestly, it's like I was scared because I didn't know that anyone would support me. And my biggest thing now, my mindset is strangers will make you rich. Strangers will make you rich. Believe it or not, like,
say that louder.
Strangers will make you rich. Because what I think is, my mindset is I don't look for support from my family and friends. They're always gonna support me no matter what. It may not be shown right away, and I'm not gonna get that feeling right away, but it's there. They support from a distance or support you like all in your face. So it's you have those two types of family members like that, or some people that don't support at all. But you gotta think like, hey, I'm not here to impress anyone. I'm here to do this for myself. It's a thing where it's like it's self gratitude, and I pat myself on the back a lot because it's like I stepped out on faith and it worked. I can't help what life brings.
Yeah. I love that. Strangers will make you rich.
Yeah.
It's funny because I would take that a little bit further and say, strangers will make you rich if you provide value to them.
That is true. It's all about
which you're doing.
Value.
Yeah. And you've been doing and you're going to continue to do. And that's the beauty. There's business users on DubClub like you, the business owners, and there's the consumers that are consuming the product you're providing.
That's
which
correct.
Ultimately helps them make more money, make more informed decisions, lose less money, which equals more money.
I like the second part. If you provide value.
If you provide value. Strangers will make you rich if you provide value. And I think that's general advice for pretty much anyone that listens to this. And we get thousands of viewers per episode. Like, if you're listening to this and you're thinking about possibly going out and trying out something online, like starting a business, you're good at sports betting, and you're thinking of giving people your advice, shoot, strangers will make you rich. Like, don't need to look at friends and family. Like, put it out on the internet.
Because they're just going to ask for free picks. So.
Yeah, they're going to ask for free stuff. And strangers are willing to pay because it's just commerce, Like, it's the commerce economy. Christmas is coming up.
Yep.
What are you going to do? You're going to go on Etsy. You're going to go on Amazon. You're going to probably buy from random merchant sites, which actually are powered by Shopify. So then you're going to go into the Shop app and be tracking your package in the Shop app. But what I'm getting at there is those are random people. Like, I just bought a doormat from somebody on Etsy.
Right.
I have no idea who they are. I paid them like $37 for this doormat plus shipping to FedEx, no name FedEx, whatever. And it's like, that's like, you're on the internet, you're selling value and services with your advice, helping people make more money. It's very different because buying a doormat from someone on Etsy, while I love, Etsy merchants, they're not making me any money. So I just spent $37 and I'm walking on the product I'm literally walking on the product they got me. It's useful, but quite literally you are giving people advice that if they spend, what's your current monthly price?
My current monthly price is $25 a month or $10 a week.
Yeah, $25 a month. So let's say I drop $25 a month. My unit size is $10, and you put out a 4-leg plus 1,000, like we were talking earlier, and it hits.
Yep.
Boom. Right. I put in 10. I made 100.
Yep.
I spent 25 on the subscription. In one of the first plays, I just made 4x my subscription.
Exactly.
But where else are you going to find that?
Nowhere but DubClub.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like nowhere on the internet you're going to find something that has that type of return on your consumer investment.
No stock, there's nothing out there that can compare to the type of, multiplication of your bankroll.
Yeah. And I don't even want this to sound like it's some gimmick for betting. It's like, that's not it. Like, I'm not telling people go bet. I'm saying listen to people that are good at betting on sports.
Right.
If you're already betting, because it's fun. I know you do it for a hobby. Like, I bet on Prize Picks, and I bet because it's really what I have in California.
Yeah.
When I go to games, but I pull up DubClub because I have CEO privileges. I get free subscriptions, and I'll look at not you, because you're like Sriracha DFS or Captain Crush. I look at their plays or whoever, and I listen to them. Yeah. I'm not doing it blindly.
Right.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna listen to someone who's done the research. I don't have time when I leave for a Warriors game at 6:15 and I walk over to the Chase Center. It's a 30-minute walk. I'm not like, I can't do my research during that time. I spent the whole day doing work for DubClub, and I'm getting to the game. But most people are like that.
Right.
Like they have day jobs, right? Like they're not.
People love convenience.
People love convenience. Like I'm not able. Me and most people aren't able to sit around doing research all the time. That's why you do it for us, and I'll pay you, and you make me money.
Yep.
Kind of the concept. It's nice. Yeah, I could spend. I actually was doing this recently. And this is something I think is a fun exercise for most people. There's so many streaming services now. There's Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, Fubo, God, you name it. Like I could keep going, right? ESPN Plus,
YouTube TV,
Disney Plus, Apple TV. Unbelievable, right? I really wanted to watch The Office recently. Like it's entertaining.
Right.
And the pro and con I'm weighing is that's like a 14, I think it's like 13 or $14.99 a month, something like that. I forget exactly the price, but it's that versus, okay, I could spend that $15 a month on like a subscription to one of you guys, right? As a consumer. And I'm like, well, if I spend it on a subscription to DubClub, it's just as entertaining because I get to bet on sports and I'm probably going to make money.
Right.
So like I could take my $15 and spend it on Peacock and watch The Office, which is fine, but like I'm not going to make any money from it. Or I can spend it on a sports content creator on DubClub who I can follow their plays and bet and make money. It's like this trade-off of entertainment.
Yeah, it's a lot of pros and cons to it. Just hopefully you subscribe to a good capper.
Yeah. Well, we're coming out with some stuff soon that will make it easy to figure that out.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be able to highlight you when you're on a heater and do so without you having to lift a finger in terms of effort. Yeah, I'll talk to you after about it.
Okay, nice.
Not going to share anything yet on the podcast in terms of behind the scenes. People just follow along with our product releases and updates. You guys will see some of the evolution we make to the product to make your life easier. You'll make more money with less effort. You'll make consumer users discovery of sports content creators to subscribe to a lot easier. I'm excited. I'm excited not to get too deep, but
you just made me super excited.
Yeah, good. All right, we'll talk more about it after, but I don't want to get too deep in the DubClub train without like pulling back a little bit and understanding, along the journey, right? Like to get to this point, you've had to cash some big tickets to just prove credibility, but also, I think it's par for the course for you, right? What are some of the biggest wins you can remember?
Oh man. I would say within MLB, betting on home runs, like those
home run
are
parlays?
the most lucrative for me, in my betting history. And I've started seriously betting like in March of this year.
Wow,
that's when I started my betting journey.
Wow. Okay, so we're December, so you've been seriously betting for 9 months, and you are that good that you've built a business on which people are paying you to get your advice, and you've made nearly 6 figures in less than 4 months.
Yes, so
that is incredible.
With anything I do, anything I put my mind to, I can do it. And this was something that I was like, hey, this can be very lucrative. Like,
yeah. Which part? You mean like betting or building the business?
Betting.
Yeah.
Betting. The building the business came after, after I help millions of people win.
Yeah.
I've looked at my Twitter engagements. It's like around 9 million a week. So it's like when I seen that, I was like, I'm helping lots of folks.
Yep.
And that's what gives me that gratification that I feel like I've made a big impact, and that's what helps me to keep going.
Yeah.
That impact. So
as it should.
Yeah, honestly, the MLB, I love it. I love MLB, and I've never watched an MLB game ever. And I've cashed one home run slip. It was two folks a home run. The odds were very high, and I stacked them in a parlay.
Okay.
And it turned like $50 to 16,000.
Wow, $50 to 16,000.
Yes.
And you said a 2-leg home run parlay.
I believe it was a 2 or 3 leg home run parlay.
Do you remember who was in the legs?
I know that. What's his name? I'm getting his jersey.
This is like super interesting to me, and I think it should be interesting to listeners that you're so objective with the way that you do your research that you don't even remember the players that go into it. You're just looking at stats and trends and analyzing and understanding who has a good opportunity to provide you an edge, and then you're putting in the play and you're giving that advice out. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That you're not getting attached to these players. You're like, this is objective. Like I'm putting this in.
No favoritism at all for any team. I don't have a favorite team. People look at me weird. I'm just like, I don't have a favorite team. I'm a player type.
Yeah.
But I know one of the baseball players up there was Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Mm-hmm. He's like the home run king for me. Early on in the season, before he went a dry spot.
Yeah. I was gonna say home run king earlier in the year.
Yeah, early in the season. Yeah. Yeah, I believe he was up there, and Gunnar Henderson. But yeah, it's a thing where I'm able to look at the stats and predict without the favoritism on it. I'm not going to say, hey, the Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl because I'm a big fan. I look at what the reality is, the actuality. So they're not going. They're not even going to playoffs. It's a thing where I use the stats rather than like favorites to make my predictions. It helps me out a lot.
Are you following football pretty closely this year?
Yes.
Give me some good predictions for the end of the NFL season as we get into, I think it's like week 10 or 11. No, I was thinking we're week 13 now, actually.
Honestly, the strongest team in my eyes right now on both sides, both leagues, is the Detroit Lions.
Lions. They're rolling over people.
They have no competition, though.
Who'd they lose to? They have one loss. Oh. I'm trying to remember who that loss was to because I saw that they played on Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I saw that one loss, and I was like, who in the world has beaten them? Like, they are rolling teams.
Who was it they lost to?
I can look that up.
It must have been pretty close, a really close game.
Yeah.
I don't see them losing by a lot.
Yeah, I can look it up really fast. Who did the Lions?
I don't want to.
Here's a shout out actually to a new app I'm using, Perplexity AI. Okay. It's like ChatGPT. One of my buddies, Mike. Shout out to Mike in case he listens to this podcast. Ever, he's a high school friend. We were getting drinks the other day, and he like pulled up Perplexity when like one of my buddies asked him a question.
Yeah.
And he pulled up this app and like types it in. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm asking Perplexity. And I was like, what? He's like, I guess he does it for a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like his companion, and I've been doing it since then, and it's helpful. Yeah, like whenever you have any questions.
a lot.
Yeah. I think more people should use these tools. They're like, this is free. Like I haven't paid for it. It's basically like a Google on steroids.
Oh, nice.
And it gives you a very specific answer. Yeah. So I'll say, who did the Lions lose to?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things that work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder. I agree. All right, they lost to the Bucs, and it was a close game. The Buccaneers in the second week of the season. It's 20-16.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was it. Baker took him down. That's crazy, man.
No, Baker has his days.
Baker has his days. Baker's kind of cooking this year.
Yeah,
for the most part. Although he lost Godwin and Evans has been hurt for a bit.
Yeah, I'm honestly like, I'm proud of that dude because it's like
Yeah, me too.
he faced a lot of adversity. You know, leaving. What was the team he left? It was the
Baker. He was on the Rams.
yeah.
Well, he went Cleveland, Rams, and then somewhere. I don't know if he was
I
somewhere
remember
in
him in
between.
Cleveland, but yeah, he faced a lot of adversity. He came out and is on the top of performance right now. So honestly, it's a nice thing to see. Like I like to see players progress, you know, as they go along. Like I'm still praying for Bryce Young, but I'm starting to see Alabama come out of him again.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing where you have to give people a chance, you know, with each team. So
That's right.
Thankfully, he's still there in the NFL.
I mean, there's been a lot of those stories. Like, I mean, look at Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing pretty well. Jared Goff, even. Jared Goff was,
Yeah.
you know, I would say he had his days with LA. Like, I think he won a Super Bowl with LA, didn't he?
Yeah,
Durant?
he did.
Yeah. So, you know, Jared Goff is kind of a sleeper. He's like he's not like the sexy quarterback that's going to put up big stats that you really want leading your fantasy team. But like, he'll win.
He makes sure they win.
He wins games.
Yeah.
You know, a funny story about Jared Goff, which is I guess relevant. I've never actually met him, but he played at Cal. I played at Stanford. We were there at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So big rivalry between Cal and Stanford.
Yep.
But backing it up to high school, Jared Goff went to Marin Catholic over in Marin.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Sacred Heart Prep down in like Menlo Park area.
Yeah.
And because of Jared Goff and his team being undefeated my senior season, it was our best season in high school history.
Mm-hmm.
In California, there's a state, to go to the state championship game in high school, there used to be like a committee, like the college football committee. Mm-hmm. So they would like pick a team from Northern California or Southern California and like send them to state.
Yeah.
And it was us up against Marin Catholic when Jared Goff was there. And it was like, of course they picked Marin Catholic and we didn't get the bid. And that has eaten at me ever since. But now I'm like, dang, there's no one on our team that has remotely gone on to be as successful as Jared Goff. So yeah, why don't we'll give him that, you know, give him that state championship appearance and I'll put that in the back burner for myself. But yeah, that's like my Jared Goff story. And now he's out winning Super Bowl. And then probably this year, it sounds like you think he could make it all the way.
Really good this year. So, and the Lions had their slump.
They did.
For a while.
Yeah, I feel bad for them. Like now I don't, but I did. Now that, you know, they have the best running back duo, I think, in the history of the NFL.
That rotation is amazing.
It's like scary. It's so hard to defend. Jahmyr Gibbs is like a human cheat code.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
For sure. And David Montgomery.
Yeah, he just needed the right team. Like,
yeah.
I think
it's all about chemistry too.
It's all about chemistry.
They work together. They want to see each other make stats rather than someone being, I'm top dog over you.
Exactly.
They work well together, and I think they should keep it rolling.
Yeah, I agree. And not to like get too deep into football stuff, but I was watching the game on Thanksgiving, and I really like Jahmyr Gibbs. I like the Lions too because they feel like a team that is playing unselfishly, kind of like what the Niners looked like last year.
Yeah,
very different this year with the Niners. Not that they're not playing unselfishly, but they're just
injuries
banged up
and stuff. And
last year, Niners played similar to the Lions. Lions very unselfish. So there was a play at the goal line this past weekend where Jared Goff takes the snap and kind of fakes a pitch out to Jahmyr Gibbs. Linebackers go flying, leaves the middle of the field wide open for Laporta.
Yep.
And Goff just dumps it up. You probably saw the same play.
Yep.
I was kind of like, man, because Gibbs is on my fantasy team and I'm in last place. So like I needed those freaking points. Like I needed those 6 points at the goal line. But as I took a step back, I was like, that's great. You know, they are winning more together, right? Like they are winning almost every game by a landslide because the team is acting unselfishly. They just want to win games.
That's absolute truth. It's all about that balance and not showing favoritism. So
yeah, remaining objective. What it's about is you cashing tickets, giving subscribers good advice. Don't get attached to teams or players.
Nope.
Keep it objective. And that's actually a pretty common theme amongst the creators on DubClub. It's almost like always very objective. Like there's a guy, Scotty Picks, who was here about 2 months ago. And he doesn't even watch the games. He does positive EV betting. So expected value. He's putting out a lot of plays and he's like using math, probabilities, just finding mathematical edges.
The nice edge.
Yeah, he puts it out and then he's like, he's out. Like he kind of unplugs. He's not really, he like tunes into random games, but like ones that he didn't even bet on.
That's me all day long.
Yeah. Because you just want to make money. Like you're there to be disciplined and to help other people who can follow you and then go enjoy watching the game, like go to a bar, be with buddies or just watch it at home and have something to sweat it out on.
Or Waking Cash.
Late night. Yeah. Do you do any overnights like sports like KBO or anything?
I used to do a little bit of KBO, not much because
KBO, Korean baseball, for those that are kind of wondering.
Baseball. Yeah, I used to do a little bit of it.
Pretty fun to bet on.
It's just sometimes it just goes far left, like Sugar Honey Iced Tea hits the fan, and everyone's running in, and it's of course the Samsung Lions will be a good bet to do the money line, but there's some games where they just say F it and doesn't perform like they usually do. So it's a matter of like finding that edge. So just like with EV betting, you're gonna find some props that on FanDuel's like plus 300, and then on DraftKings like minus 110. I would take that FanDuel bet because they don't know that this person is going to outperform based on the other apps line. So that actually helps a lot with shopping around, finding the best value, the EVs, catch them slipping.
Catch them slipping.
Rob the banks.
Yeah, you got to rob that. That is what people look to you for. Robbing the books.
Finding value.
Yeah, exactly. Finding value. All right. So as we wrap up in the next 10 or so minutes, I want to do a quick session on hot takes, like how you're thinking through NFL season and what you're seeing. I'm really curious. We talked about who you think can go all the way. Like Lions are looking really good. But what about teams in the NFL this season that from maybe ranked 5th to 1st are the worst teams in the league? And it could be based on record, or it could just be based on performance, injuries. I mean, you could put the Niners in there. I don't know if you'd want to.
Yeah.
But what are you seeing for worst teams in the league this year?
Worst teams in the league this year? Of course, my hometown. Not hometown, excuse me. My home city that I live at is the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers? You putting them at 5? Like 5th worst? Or the worst?
They're the worst.
Yeah, poor Panthers. Yeah,
they're the worst.
What do you think makes them the worst team in the NFL this year?
Honestly, it's all in the coaching and the management. They make the calls. And a lot of those calls are like, they're personal. They kind of put personal within the business. Like say someone's doing terrible, they'll keep them in. And it's like, they need to be rotated. There's no way they're still in the game.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like the coaching. The players, they're there for a reason. They're not there because they made 11 touchdowns in high school in one game. They're there because they're top performers. It's hard to get in the league. So I think they should use their players that they have. Like now they're with the new coaching, they're utilizing their receivers. Of course, they have Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, Chuba's crushing it this year.
Chuba Hubbard is a running back.
Well.
He's doing amazing. But it all comes down to the coaching, having that balance within the plays. That makes a difference. So their end of their season pretty much is going a lot better than it was when they started, because of the coaching. That was a key factor, and I think that plays a part in every team. You have good players, you have to utilize them.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's why the Lions are doing so well.
Yeah. They're utilizing everyone, rotating them, giving them all a chance to breathe and have a backup that's strong.
Yeah.
That's really
back to the human nature, right?
The human nature.
Montgomery's shoulders banged up. He's not going to want to take the ball 20 times a game. Gibbs is probably going to get 10 to 15 carries minimum.
Yep.
Take those things into account.
That all plays a part into the performance of the team. Yeah. So if I see a team get some good coaching, I'm going to look into that team and try to make some good betting, some predictive bets based on the coaching. So
5th, Panthers, worst team.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else is in that top 5 worst teams in the league this year?
I'll say the Titans.
Yeah, Titans kind of slip under the radar, but they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know who their quarterback is anymore. They had Tannehill for a bit.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you. I don't think I've watched a single Titans game this year.
I don't bet on Titans.
No.
They're on my do not bet list.
I'd bet the Giants are on that list too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Giants definitely on that list as well.
The Giants Cowboys Thanksgiving game was like painful to watch.
It really was.
It's amazing how, not to change the subject, but I think it's interesting to think how the quarterbacks that play in the games have such an impact on the entertainment value of the game. Josh Allen.
Yep.
In the snow against the Niners on Sunday. The dude threw a pass caught by Amari Cooper that was lateraled back to Allen. And Allen scored. Did you see that play?
Yes, I did see that play.
So you know what's hilarious about that situation?
What?
I'm in last place in my fantasy league.
Mm-hmm.
Never before in the history of the NFL, actually I think maybe once before, and I think it was Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Only one time before in the history of the NFL has a player caught, ran, and thrown for a touchdown in the same game.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did Josh Allen throw a pass that was caught by a receiver and then lateral to him, so he got both a passing and a receiving touchdown.
Right.
Which counted to his fantasy stats.
Oh.
I was playing him in fantasy. So, of course, never before in the history of the NFL have they recorded both a receiving and a passing touchdown. So that's 10 points on a single play.
Wow.
Plus the yardage for the reception. So plus like 0.9 yards.
Yeah.
Or 0.9 points. It's like, are you kidding me?
That's amazing.
I'm already in last place. And then they're just, the NFL's just rubbing it in my face.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was so fitting. And then just thereafter on Monday, the night after, it was the Broncos versus the Browns. And I was playing the same week. I'm playing the Broncos defense, and the Broncos had I think like 7 fantasy points. They already had a touchdown, but they had let up 30 something points or 28 points against the Browns. It was the fourth quarter. I was up by half a fantasy point with like 20 I think it was like 30 or 40 seconds left. I forget, maybe a minute. And the Broncos got a defensive touchdown.
The interception.
And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, Jameis, just kick a field goal or do something.
Yeah,
just
job.
take a knee.
One job.
Don't lose the ball. And of course, turns it over. There goes. I was playing the guy who's in first place in the league. It was my chance. Now I'm definitely going to come in last. I think I mentioned to you, last place has to do a road race with a mascot costume on it. Right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I saw a guy driving around recently. I love the fantasy league.
Yeah.
Like punishments. I saw a guy driving around recently with a license plate that said, "I suck at fantasy football. I can't last in my league." And I was like, I'd rather have that. Like, that's fine. Right, I do that for a year.
Then run in a mascot suit.
Yeah, then run in a mascot suit. First of all, then I have to run, you know, a 5K race.
I don't remember the last time I ran full speed.
Maybe I'll have you do it. Like, hey, I'm going to substitute Caleb in for me in the 5K mascot race this year for my fantasy punishment.
That's different.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get some good games.
I'll train for it. You know, do a couple road
Eat a couple
races.
donuts before.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta make it worth it. Puke in the costume. Yeah. So Caleb, what advice? Let's wrap this in a bow, because you're really big on helping people to develop their acumen for betting on sports and understanding to make more informed decisions. There's 50 million people in the U.S. that bet on sports every week. That's a stat I looked up recently. I mean, it was 40 million 8 to 12 months ago. Now it's up to 50 million every week.
Wow.
Public information. People can look it up. Since check me. Check Perplexity AI. Incredible. What advice do you have for these 50 million people that bet on sports every week?
My biggest advice for you is to treat betting like an investment. Yes, they have degenerates who just place any type of unit on a bet because they think it could happen. Anything could happen. But you have to invest as far as doing your research and analysis to make a bigger living for yourself. So I would say my biggest thing is treat sports betting like an investment. It's the only way you can make it in life is, invest in the rest to make the best.
That's right. Stay disciplined.
Yep. Stay disciplined. Stay consistent. Just make sure you do that research.
Couple of good learnings for you today. Strangers will make you rich if you provide them value. Yep. And, invest in yourself, invest in your life, stay disciplined. Mm-hmm. Another big theme is taking that risk, taking that step.
Yep,
if you're thinking about doing it, build some credibility, start to put stuff out on social media. Mm-hmm. If you're working a day job like you are at Bank of America, mm-hmm. you're stuck on meetings all day, you're bored out of your mind. Not that not saying you are, just in case your manager is watching this. You're loving your job. You told me you loved his job. Yeah. You're bored out of your mind at work during the day. Figure out what to do for a side gig. If you're betting on sports, put it out online. I can't tell you how many stories there are of people in the DubClub network mm-hmm. where they were selling real estate. They still are selling real estate. Mm-hmm. They were a college student. I got 2 college students here from Chico State 2 weeks ago. They're making like $5,000 to $10,000 a month on DubClub.
Nice.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. My girlfriend went to Chico State. Right? Oh, wow. It's like, I'm like, hey, why weren't you doing this when you were there? Why weren't you at DubClub? So it's the possibilities are endless. I think it's a matter of putting yourself out there, taking that mm-hmm. risk, and being ready to grind a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a grind. It's a daily grind.
But it pays off, right?
It sure does.
Yeah. Caleb, it's been awesome having you on the CEO Corner.
Thanks for having me.
What a blast. Thanks for coming out to the Bay.
Yep.
We'll be talking soon. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.